Welcome to the final chapter of transforming myself into Itachi Uchiha and creating the environment series. And here you can see the playlist I have put together. So you can watch from part 1 to part 6, and this is part 7, which is the final part. And we will start by going to the roof material of buildings, and we are going to add some bumpiness to them because right now they look very flat. And voila, just by adding bump node, you can see the rich texture coming from the roof. It's like changes whole look of this scene. So let's just manipulate with the color ramp to get a nice like little bump that will like lift the light from the back. I guess this is not right one. Let's flip this, and yeah, this is looks nice. Too much bump. I think I'll keep it like this, and because of the view, yes, it looks nice. We can add a color ramp for the roughness because now it's flat roughness. So wow, that's something cool. So you can see by manipulating the values of the roughness with the color ramp, I'm getting a result that is much better than before having a plain surface. So you can see now. Let's just increase this as we go. So this might work. Let's see how it looks. Fine. Let's see what else we can do here. Go to material and select this one. Also add some bump in here as well. So let's go to render view. First I'm going to add manipulate the roughness with the color ramp, and you can see like the base texture is very good, which we can use for anything for the roughness and the bump. So yeah, that's like see. Now time for adding some bump to this. So I mostly use bump nodes because normal sometimes not give right result. You can see how cool the wall is looking with some texture, and it's also combining with the debris I added in the corner of the wall. You can see little debris on the ground. That's leaf debris I used from a scan, and you can see we have the particles. We can change the seed as well. So let's say increase or decrease them, depends on you. I would like to decrease because 500 was too much. And now the scene is coming together nicely. What we have to do is do our character animation, which is very important at this point because we don't have a full character animation right now. So let's see, this is our moon cube and this is the front volume. So let's, oh, that's too much. This is fine. I think I'll just manipulate a color bit, but let's see for the good roughness value what we can get. We can increase from here, but that's I guess too much. I want very subtle noise, not too grainy, not too like foggy, just subtle noise volume that feels like there is smoke in the environment of the like winter night. This is too less, maybe 0.7. I like this one. It adds a bit of depth and a sense that there is like, don't get confused by accidentally switching the scene, because here I'm just turned off the volumes and I'm just going to animate the camera, and the character come down from the roof is that I added another animation, another rigged character of the same character, so we can have like vanishing effect. So right now I'm just animating camera, so let's add a location rotation keyframe and go a few frames further so our camera can move slightly. Let's say how many frames, 150, so both are the same frames. And now I can just go in. I added the keyframe so that like it's not actually going to, when I accidentally move the frame, so it won't change the animation. That's why I first put the similar keyframe there. And right now, let's say the roughness is too much, so it's shining. So we are going to make it like more rough from less rough, so the lights can less shine. Because Eevee doesn't handle some lighting issue well, so it reflects too much of the light. Let's blend this into the ground. This is a nice blending. We can't see from the far in the like solid view, but in the camera view you can see there is something around the pathway. So yeah, let's change the material here of this one as well. These two are different, so that's why the material is different. If you see that why I'm adding those, so both are a different kind of scan with a different kind of material. You can see one is a debris patch 1 and one is debris patch 2. So and this is leaf buildup, which I also put around the corner of the in front house, and looks good. Right now what we can do, add some in the foreground as well. God, this looking a bit empty, so why not? These small details always like fill your scene with some uh, good looking rich details. You have to keep in mind which is close to the real life, like everything is not as clean. We are not modeling a mall, so that's why. And also for the type of the scene you are going to create, and you can see that in the viewport I can work pretty fine with all the things here, and the textures looking cool in Eevee. So this is just a setup you need. If you are following from the first tutorials, you know that it's how easy tricks I use to achieve the result, which is fine and nice in the viewport, in the material view, in every place. So when you create a scene and that like that scene creates a nice looking vibe, it's also nice working in that scene. So here you can see how cool the scene is looking right now, like small little village with small details. And let's add this one as well, so we break the seam area right there like this. Maybe rotate it more, and now it's look like a chunk of debris fallen from somewhere, or someone just put together here by cleaning the area. So now there is some different like difference in foreground. We have some element. What we gonna do here is let's add a camera shakeify. That's too much shake though. Let's find out the best method here. I like the close-up more, but I think we can go for some other. This is too much. Maybe walk to the store. This is my favorite one because it has very subtle camera movement and a nice vibe instead of still camera. And it's time to light our foreground. So let's select the light, which is area light in front of the camera, increasing the strength, and let's move it so it will just cast some light on our character, which is looking too dark, so we can't distinguish it from the background that we really want. So right now you can see just finding a good angle is everything. I don't want to overexpose the character because the moonlight is coming from the back and we can just throw a light from the front direct to it. So I want a light to like shine in that way. Character movement is looking pretty nice and the scene is coming pretty nicely as well. What I need is blending the animation, just getting the vibe. So the part 2, which is where I added some uh, smokes and spark effect, everything. That was actually after this one, because this is the character animation. Majorly this part is focused on character animation, blending them together. So you must watch that part after this one. Otherwise it's okay, there is no problem in watching in another sequence, but you will get lost if you don't watch in a sequence like that. So cause that my default of recording numbers mismatch, that's why the issue occur. So you don't have to worry about that. And let's see, now time to add some another animation. So this one I want, this is from Mixamo, so the animation looks too big. Let's just add into the animation. So we have another one, and I'm going to use NLA editor to just change the animation. Well, if I have done this shot now, I could have used Mixamo add-on for this, which lets you quickly replace the animation, but whatever. Now we have the scene, and let's just name it Butterfly 12. It's called the animation, and this is our character. So what I'm going to do is go to NLA editor and just push down this animation from here. And what I forgot, which one is this one? mm, how can I find? I think I can find in this one. So let's name it Run and Flip. Now we got it, there is the animation. So let's see what we got to do before we do anything. If I have Run and Flip here, I'll just drag it down and then add a butterfly 12 on top of that, so that will combine it, I guess. Because working with NLA is like bit of a confusing for me, so at that time, but right now, like, I have to explain it to you in a way when I did. So what was my thought process doing it? Right now I know that you can just push down animation, add another one, change the extrapolation or blending, and you can have it. So right now shift A for adding another animation, and here I can select where is the animation, that's called armature 2. Let me rename the animation. For that we need dope sheet, or we can do that in outliner, but here you can see we got the butterfly 12, but our main animation that is running and flipping is gone, so I want that also. So after adding this, and this is happened, so this is why happened because I don't have the animation. By the way, I'm not using run and flip, so don't need to worry, but you have to change the upper and lower animation blending to replace to none, so that both will affect, and also you can blend in blend out, or you can just change the numbers and make it cyclic, or you can just go to action clip for speeding and framing. So here you can see the starting frame can be reduced from here, so the animation start from that frame. That's the point. And let's just move the armature here in the scene. Okay, let's see in a material view as well how it looks. This is looking good actually, but I guess the location is not right, maybe more towards the right. mm, that's more like it. So I think we can use that. What else we need? Okay, so now what are we going to do is take our character from another Blender file. There is a separate Blender file where I put all the characters with the animation. So I'm just going to bring it. Oh, that's some nasty moves. So what I'm going to do is use this character animation and just put it together. So first, let's just decimate the geometry cause it's too heavy. So I'll just go for a 0.1 ratio. That will fix it. And nope, that's not it. Let's select the armature, and what was that? I guess there is two armature. Okay, this is right now is okay. So I can just scale it to the same scale as the other one. So that will work. So these are the two animations I have. Let's just scale it down and position it so they matches the same height and distance. Well, I could have done copy scale, but you learn the things later. So this one looks a bit tall, I guess. So what do we have here? What is the issue going on? Okay, so the you can see the animation is ending here, which I don't want. Oh, I guess we need another character. That's not gonna work. So let's just put another character here. I mean, from FBX file directly to the scene. So let's just see where is our character. Now it's again come too big. That's not good. So what we'll do is again use this character, but first see the animation. So character is big, I know. Actually, I don't want this. Like, I thought of like getting this faster with some decimation of the geometry, but I think that's not cutting it out because I want the viewport playback work fine. Whatever the condition is, that has to work fine. And here you can see there is a separate face I added on top of the main geometry. Same for this one. So just going to decimate the model everywhere because I don't want, oh, without face. I don't want too much like geometry working with, so our playback in viewport will be nicer. So let's just decimate it to 0.1 again. Still, if you have a 3D scan, that will work fine even if you like just delete few geometries. Oh, there is, you go, the Naruto run. So I just have to delete that model because I don't want the Naruto run. And if you are hearing some voice around me, so I'm sorry for that because a 3D printer is working on the side, printing some rail covers for it. So sorry for that. So here you can see we got our animation. This is looking pretty fine, and the playback is cool also. Now I'm going to bring the other animations which we want. So we have the roof animation, the butterfly twist, 12 you can say, and we want some movement like some throwing something on the ground so the character disappear from there and reappear on top of the electric pole. So that's the idea here. So let's see what we can do and how we can get this stuff going on. So this is the scene, this there is character. This time I bring the same animation back, and I'm going to go to timeline and move the frames further. Actually, I could have done this in, I could have done this in the, what do you say, NL editor, but it is what it is because our frame starting from there, so I'm just keeping that. Let's say, so our 3D cursor is there, that's the human meta rig, and selecting that and decreasing the size caused our actual rig was too like small. So taking the human measure with this one, I'm going to create the animation we needed, and you can see the butterfly twirl is nice, or twist, whatever you say. And now, sorry, I got up like, this is winter, so I got cold, that's why voice is different, so keep bear with me. So some mercy, you guys. And here you can see I decimated the model again, and this is looking out of depth of field, I guess. Well, the character looking so cool in this scene, and look at that. Like, I like the vibe of the scene and the character here. Like, it's so cool to bring yourself into 3D like that. That's amazing. Playing with yourself like a video game. So now do some bit compositing. So we need to go to here, and that's called the perfect blend of the scene. So you see, I already did the coloring with the color balance node, so that's why it changes when I switch to real-time compositor, and it's pretty good actually. I didn't do too much, just some value to darken things and some highlights and all, so not to worry about. Okay, so here we are with the character, and what else we can do? So that's our character in the back, and it's doing some weird motion, that's for sure. So we want this keyframes, and when moving the keyframes like this, you need to select all the bones, all the rigging bones or rigging part, because if you don't, you will end up moving only one or few bones, and the other rest will be go crazy. So keep in mind that you enable layout and do the stuff. Even there it looks so cool. So what I'm doing is just sequencing. I mean, that's keyframing and managing the sequence. You can see this is the move where it throws something on the roof and just appear on the ground for the butterfly twist. That's the idea here. So, and I don't know why there is like some, you can see some lines going on around the model. I think it's a light glitch. So though I animated the scale, so the character comes and goes. Okay, so that's the idea, like character appear just like that and do the motion and get out from the scene. But I guess yeah, it will be first on the roof, then on the ground, and then on the electric pole. So this is the sequence going for. So that's why I need to animate him like appearing on the roof, but that scaling up and down is something we need. Well, this is I'm doing because I don't know at that time how to do like this kind of animations, but by using pew pew add-on, which is for laser, I randomly bring up that add-on, but because I saw that in that add-on the laser works kind of like keyframing the viewport and the render value, so we can use similar method if you want. Now it's times back, so now you can see that you can use that as well, and that's pretty nice idea to try it out. So you can just keyframe the render properties, and that's it. You don't need to do this fancy scaling stuff, just quickly you can get for the single frames, so the model only disappear, don't scale down, but it disappears like gone just for a second. Because I have tried another method which is like uh, enabling subframing and then keyframing, so it's like for very short movement scaling thing, but but I thought this won't work nice. Then I realized that keyframing the render value is much faster and better way to make things disappear, and easy too. So from there to here we got this, and I think after this we need that one more shot which is going to be on the ground hit. So here we have our clip, and in the playback I'm going to double down or make it faster. That's a bit faster, actually I want it slower. Let's say how fast we can. Point at is fine looking, and let's say. So that's the thing. If you just drop down, push down the layer in here, you can't edit it in timeline. Normally you have to like right click on it and do the stuff to just create it. So first of all, let's see where we started. So there goes our model, and I think we need few frames forward, like frame 40 looking good. We can start the animation from here. So I need to scale the character, obviously what I did in that time. So scaling the character, first you have to do normal scaling keyframe, then you slow make it like vanish, reducing the keyframe, reducing the scale. Because if you do first you do the scaling 0, then you forget the scale. That's why. So now we have another animation on top. This is how you edit it. You can just push down a layer and add any animation on top of it. If you wanna like change the location of your object, you can do that as well. So it's time to bring our second animation in. So let's go to import and fbx, add some xmo file which is from in a fbx format from xmo. So we are going to download that. And now let's say we have this here, and where is the file, what is the name, what we can do here. Let's see. Okay, that's right. So I need is shift a first. This is the armature. So first I need to get the animation name. So it's armature 2, but I'll give it a proper name. So what we get, flip, no, vanish. Now, well, the animation name you can see here. I see like this one is the one which I need. Let's see, still not here. Which one? Let's see. Okay, this is the one we need to rename. So we'll call it vanish, and now I guess we will able to, yeah, be able to see it here. So we'll be using this vanish. So let's see what's going on. Okay, right now this is not playing. Auto blending is on but still not playing. What I can do is change this one to, okay, I guess I need to change the position. So let's see, start frame. Wait a minute, I guess I dropped something from my table. Okay, so it's like selecting the right frames to start the animation, and also the position from where I wanted to start it. But the issue is that I told you that we can add animation on top. I mean, if I have to, I could have added one more strip and changed it, but that's not how it's work. So, and I didn't know at that time clearly. So what I had to do is rearrange the position using this main bone in the middle. I'm just going to delete its z location, or maybe x, y and z location. So you can see, let's enable z because we need that. And okay, I guess that's not okay, that is the y one. So we need to this y location to be same and z location to be same, but don't need to move the x location. So now we have option to animate it, so I can just keyframe position. So before everything it's here. Okay, I guess we can try another method, because I don't think this is working. Like, kind of weird. I'm stuck kinda. Wait a minute. Let's try a different method. So what I'm going to do is I can delete that because I have the animation, and I'm going to where to go start. I guess this is okay. I can just drag it on the x-axis so it's not go to the corner while the animation start. That's a quick fix for it. Let's just import the footage of our smoke and the explosions now to wrap up the scene. Well, I definitely have deleted the recording or didn't deleted that part, so you can see the animation was like that. I just dragged it on the x-axis towards more right so the character doesn't go, and here you can see that I'm starting with just a simple smoke, the ground smoke, which gives giving a nice atmospheric presence. And I know I saw that this trick works. If you are trying to offset a value, you just set to 0 on one keyframe and point -1 on another keyframe, and that it slow downs the animation in the graph editor. But I guess it's kind of working or not working for me. Well, first let's just see what we can do is, I don't know, let's add a color ramp and do the alpha channel cause it's too thick for smoke. Let's see, this one looks nice. Subtle smoke, I guess it's light, right for the scene. And for this offset, I guess we don't need it. Let's clear the keyframe. However, the smoke is now, it's fine. Too less, I guess, but still looking right. I can just scale it just a bit, place it above, maybe rotate it and get it from here as well, so it's coming from both sides. That's too much, I guess. Looks okay, but still too fast, and I couldn't control the speed. Put it smoke and fire. What else we have? A front explosion, not exactly explosion, a front smoke, and parenting this will help us just getting the smoke together. So yeah, that's pretty nice there. And what else we have? Let's import some explosion, I mean some fog and explosion we are doing. So another fog explosion, let's say starting from frame 50. So this one going to be like small, slowly just building up like fast motion right where we want it, like there, I guess. Looks right. So let's place it here. So it's like it did a flip, then it's just what we call dash to that side and then do the effect. So I'm just going to make the start frame a bit further, and I think I went too further. Hmm, there is 80 frames. I'm at the start frame. Okay, so the starting frame is have smoke, so I'm just going to scale it as we are doing so far, scaling its size so it can appear nice. I like it. I think we need to scale this up here, right? And oops, I forgot to add the scale keyframe. Oh, again forget. So in frame here, I'll go and just do scale, and right now that's looking nice. So we have all this stuff. What else we can do? This is our ultimate file explosion in the back, which is cool. So that goes there. This is there. Currently, we can't see the character on the roof, but we will with some compositing and lighting. And thus, this one looks so far. I strongly recommend watching the second tutorial because that will help you know what this smoke and things I have done from the start, but that's the recording sequence, so you watch first and then you start with third. And if you want to know what happened clearly in the end, all about the smoke and explosion, you can just watch tutorial number 2. It's from the middle, it's like that. So yeah, that's just a sequence mistake, but this is how it is. And here you can see I'm just currently looking for the animation how it's working right now with all of the smokes and explosions. So I guess one more spark needed there. With that dash, some spark definitely needed for the ground one as well. So let's see what else we can do. Hmm, let's find out. This is the one I'm looking for. Hmm, this is the main one. This is this one. This is which one is this? I mean, okay, that's the one with the, I guess, the burst effect, because I need to change the timing. Here it is. So yeah, that's like a bit 2-3 frames forward, so I want exactly the explosion happen when it touches that area. Let's see, select both of selecting both of them, and just, I guess, that look nice. Okay, the timing looks perfect. I mean, that's look amazing actually. So I feel that is coming together like this, and I love the scene and the vibe. So yeah, that's good. Some project I have done in Eevee, if they are like looking like this and playing in real time, that looks so amazing. That tells me that Blender have extra potential which we haven't unlocked so far. So that's a cool stuff. I hope you are liking this series, the techniques I show you. And by the way, the real time compositor is on, so that's why it's changing. When I switch to camera view, the colors are changed. If you are curious about that, I told you earlier I did the compositing, and for the camera it's on, not for the entire view. That's quite handy sometimes, but sometimes don't. So try to do it your way. So let's see what else we have here. Move appropriate footage into the smoke and fire. And what else we can do? This one looking nicer. One more I think needed for the top appearance. Delete this one, two extra. What's happened? Okay, I actually deleted the footage which was helping with the vanishing dash. So we can see the character on the rooftop. I actually need something for that as well. And what mistake I did was that large explosion I didn't like bring down the emission or do or did some other tweaking to it, so it's looked like a bit fake. That's too much. You have to keep in mind that you when you bring images planes or any explosion or smoke footage, make them look appropriate for the scene. I mean, match the intensity of the emission to that. Because right now they that's look too much and it's lit from. I mean, explosion is okay, but it's not casting any light as well. You can just see it. And also this is I later consider that we can have electric pole in front, so why not we have electric, I mean light coming on the character as well. That's why I added this. So we are in the final tweakings now. So I would like to address something that if you want some amazing asset and tools, you can head over to my Super Hive, which is formerly Blender Market page, and you can also join my Patreon for amazing updates and tutorials, which I don't post publicly, or I don't like to edit too much to the every object, so I'll record them as go with the flow. So that's a more in-depth and built-in and real-time work you can see there. Also there are more scans available to download and more assets to download for you guys, and lots of stuff is there. So go and check it out, and we are about to reach 100 Patreon members, so you can just join and get your free stuff. Why not? If it's available for you, and you can also get a discount depends on a tier if you subscribe. So that's more like some useful thing. Just get going, and if you like this tutorial, hit a like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and check out other links in the description. So that's it, and what I did in the end is just a simple uh, what we say noise for this character to appearing here. Like I animated the scale as I said, and the noise I give it, so just wobble left and right and just snap to the place. That's the idea here. Yeah, you can see this noise just making it wobble left and right before coming to pole, so it's like its vanishes come like zoop, like that. You can see that's why I added this noise. And I guess that's a nice design there to finish it off. So yep, that's the journey, that's the video, and I hope you like this tutorial. I really enjoyed making it. I hope I didn't explain everything clearly to you, and you have to do most of the things on your own. So it's like if you are watching this series, I'm not a perfectionist, so if you are watching this series, you know a few things already. Okay, I'm not going to teach you some basic stuff which every blender artist need to do, because now if you starting with 3D, it's like you already done some pretty uh, projects that you learn the basics of everything. So that's it. Just to explain like how these complex shots were made, that's the idea here with some basic techniques. And yeah, I did the final compositing in the DaVinci Resolve, added some sound, some clips. Mostly the main clip is there only, and I added the adjustment clip and all the other stuff. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.